We're back again today talking about wire rope and the maintenance and the selection and the care of it, and we're talking now about the actual application of the wire rope. Now, one thing about wire rope, it comes on long spools and it has to be cut, and there are specific ways in which the wire rope used to be cut. Now, in the old days, when I came up, what we would do is to keep the wire rope from fraying on the end right here is, being the simple people that we were, we would just go ahead and braze the end of the wire rope. Now that's inadvisable, and it's actually illegal nowadays, because if I heat this very complex alloy that makes up this wire rope and I braze it, it actually destroys the strength of the wire rope from the point where I braze it to about 18 inches up the wire rope. So you have a weak point at that point, and there's also going to be an accident that's probably going to occur. So what we have here is an example of a cable, a smaller cable that we have terminated here on an IC20. And what you'll see here is that we have done is, when we cut this cable, we put a piece of heat shrink tube. There was a piece of heat shrink tube here. And then once the heat shrink tube was on the cable, we put it in an abrasive saw and we cut it in the abrasive saw, so there was no heating of the cable as it was cut. The heat shrink tube keeps the cable from unwinding and unfraying and keeps you with a nice viable end. And so, as you'll see here on the safety stub that we have here, and also on what's called the dead end of the cable, we have this nice heat shrink tube, which can be bought at Grainger or any of your fleet supply stores. Now, if you'll notice here, we have a wire rope clip that is attaching the safety stub to the end of the dead end of the cable. There's a difference between the dead end and the live end. Now, this is the live end of the cable. This is what actually bears the weight of the load that's on the crane. This is called the dead end of the cable. Now, with the new government regulations, this wire rope clip is not allowed to be used on any live line. In the old days, you could, if you properly put a wire rope clip on a live line, it could be used. And we have the old adage of never saddle a dead horse. In other words, the saddle part of the clamp would go onto the live part, and the U-bolt would go onto the dead part. But in today's world, you are not allowed to use wire rope clips, according to ANSI and OSHA regulations, on the live part of the line. So this is the only proper place to use this wire rope clip here to be able to attach the safety stub, which is just, once again, a safety item in case this should slip through the becket and decide to detach itself. So this is our fourth video in the series about wire rope proper care and usage, and we'll continue in our next video about how to use a becket and how to do reeving properly. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed the video.